Today, we're playing Marvel Legendary Solo. Yes, this is only the base game, but we have a collection of X-Men heroes going against Magneto. The scheme we've drew is portals to the Dark Dimension, so there's 7 twists, and we have to hope we avoid them, otherwise everyone gets stronger, and if we fill up the board, then we lose. So let's get on with it, shall we? The first villain card in the row is a Sentinel, so we need 3 fight to kill them, but then we have to KO a hero of ours. We don't have enough fight though, so we just buy Card Shark Gambit for 4 recruit points. Ultron then pops up and he has 6 health, so of course he is doing anything with him for a bit. We get 4 to spend again though, so this time we pick up 2 Keen Sense Wolverines for synergy purposes. Another Sentinel then pops up in the row, and we get 6 fight on our draw, which is basically all our combat prowess in one go. So we take out the 2 Sentinels as we can start to thin our deck early, getting rid of 2 Shield Troopers. The Blob then shows himself with his 4 health and only being able to be defeated by X-Men characters. So we decide to buy another Card Shark Gambit as it works out with our build. Sabretooth then pops up with 5 health and we have to reveal an X-Men hero or we gain a wound when we fight him. But we just buy Energy Drain Rogue, who lets us thin our deck a little bit more. We do get a scheme twist then though, the first of the game, so Magneto now gets himself 9 health. We draw 7 fight and 2 recruitment after we draw from Wolverine's ability. So we decide to defeat Ultron as he was getting awfully close to escaping. We then get our first Master Strike of the game, but because we have Gambit in hand, we don't discard down to 4 cards. We do have 5 fight though, and thanks to Gambit's ability, he draws a Rogue who gives us a total of 5 recruitment after we KO the Shield Trooper. So we defeat Sabretooth, and then we pick up Optic Blast Cyclops. We draw yet another scheme twist though, and this one now sits on the bridge and gives everyone +1 health when they are there. We get 5 recruitment points after Wolverine draws us a card, so we pick up Lightning Bolt Storm. Melter, with his 5 health, pops up in a row, and his ability when you fight him is you can KO a card from the top of your deck. We have 4 fight when I discard from hand a shield agent, and 4 recruit, which means I can purchase Borrowed Brawn Rogue. I do defeat the Blob though to clear the row. A second Melter then pops up in the row, and on our draw we get 3 fight and 4 recruitment points, which means we can pick up a Borrowed Brawn Rogue. We get yet another scheme twist, so we're now halfway through them, and it means we need to get a bit of a shift on. We get 10 fight though after Wolverine draws a Shield Trooper and Gambit draws Cyclops, which gets his 3 fight after we discard a Shield Agent. So we attack Magneto for the first of his 4 wounds, and he lets us pick up Unending Energy Cyclops for free, which was very kind of him. Baron Zemo then pops up with his 6 health, but his ability doesn't affect us as we're X-Men, not Avengers. So we have 7 fight and 3 recruit, so we just end up purchasing Determination Cyclops. And then we defeat Rooftop Melter, who gets overkilled realistically, but we do manage to KO a Shield Agent. We get another Master Stroke pop up, which we can easily defend with this Rogue card. We draw 5 fight, though, with the Rogues we have, and we get 5 recruit after I KO a Shield Agent. I do need to watch my recruit points at this stage, but I do pick up another Borrowed Brawn Rogue. So we defeat Melter, who then lets us KO the Shield Trooper we drew. We do get the 4th scheme twist next though, so the pressure is starting to mount just a little bit. On our draw, we get 9 fight after we drew a shield agent with Wolverine and discard it to use Cyclops. We also get 2 recruit points to pick up another Wolverine. Does mean we can smack Magneto around a second time though, meaning we're halfway to defeating him, and he lets us choose a hero as a 7th card, so I've picked Optic Blast Cyclops. A Sentinel pops up in the row next, but we get 10 fight on our draw. Using the Cyclops you can get back from discarding to aid our fight value, and we also got 4 recruit after discarding a shield agent, so I picked up Gambit, and we of course decided to beat up Magneto, but his effect does nothing as we are playing solo. Juggernaut then ambushes us and makes us KO 2 shield agents who are pretty much useless at this point anyway. As on our draw, we get a whopping 13 fight thanks to Gambit drawing yet another green rogue. And so we, of course, attack Magneto, removing his last wound and winning the game. So what do I think about Marvel Legendary? Well, I enjoy it for the most part. Its gameplay is simple and intuitive. The deck building aspect of building towards a synergistic selection of heroes and getting rid of the naff shield guys is pretty fun, especially when it clicks like my last 2 turns did. And my 10-year-old seems to prefer it as it's a bit more of a cooperative deck builder rather than the others we have, which the goal is basically to beat each other. My only issues with this base game is the card art all being very similar. It gets very boring and repetitive looking at the same sodding cards, and I'd prefer to know which power is which at a glance rather than reading the small text as someone who struggles with reading due to my poor eyesight. And the difficulty here is very lacking. All the boss's henchmen and villains are very easy to defeat. You really do have to get super unlucky, like me and my son did once to lose. We drew 7 scheme twists on the first 11 rounds, and even the hardest bosses here with the rulebook difficulty scaling is a bit crap really. It just gives the villain extra health, and no one likes a bullet sponge difficulty level, so we just play as is, and it's just a bit bland for me, but my son loves it. I have, of course, heard expansions really up the replayability of this one along with the difficulty, and I do now actually own a copy of Dark City, so let's try filming that one soon, shall we? Until then, thanks for watching, and tatty bye.